I just booked almost 3 months of back-to-back cruises across 5 different cruise lines on both sides of the Atlantic. And today I'm going to show you exactly what those cruises cost live. Do you ever wonder how to find good cruise deals? How to find back-to-back cruises that effortlessly make sense? Or even how to find the right cruises to price out if you can live full-time on cruise ships or not? Hi, I'm Tori from Kirktoristory, where Kirk and I packed up our lives back in December 2022 and lived full-time on cruise ships for over 3.5 years. 74 cruise ships, 14 cruise lines, and I've made several videos about our lifestyle, our budget, our cruise tips and tricks and all of that. Now, I just booked nearly 3 months of back-to-back cruises for the end of this year. Today, I'm going to show you exactly where I found them, how I searched for them, and show you the exact prices. And if you like this itinerary or any piece of this itinerary, you can even book the exact same cruises yourself, either in Canadian dollars or on many of these cruise lines in US dollars. These cruises you're about to see, they are our actual itinerary. Kirk and I will be sailing every single one of these, so let's get started and build this trip together. I'm starting with cruise number 1, MSC Seaside. The first cruise of this 3-month batch starts in Miami on September 28th. It's for 7 nights on the MSC Seaside, heading to the Bahamas, including Ocean Cay, which is MSC's absolutely beautiful private island. Let me know in the comments if you've ever been on the Seaside or if you've been on that private island. It's really amazing. Now, here's what I love about using my website. I don't have to request a quote. I don't have to wait 2 days for somebody to email me. Everything is right here. I can see the ship, I can see the itinerary, and I can see every cabin that's still available. And most importantly, I can see today's price. So let's check out what this costs. Here are some of the cabins and the prices. Look at all the options: interior, ocean view, balcony, yacht club if you're feeling a little bit fancy today, or if you've recently won the lottery, which in that case, call me immediately because I have ideas for you. Now, let me just say though, I wouldn't just go picking a cabin out of the blue if you don't know the MSC brand at all. If you're seriously considering this cruise, there are things you probably want to consider, like, is it better to be in the yacht club, or should you break this cruise up into 2 segments? If you want to learn more about MSC, I have a great video that I just posted when we were on the MSC World America. I'll link that video in the description below for you. Anyway, once you've picked your cabin, that's it. Cruise number 1, done. Now, here's where the fun begins. Most people would finish their cruise, fly home, do their laundry, and then go back to work. But because Kirk and I are ship hoppers, we apparently have other plans. Cruise number 2, the Island Princess. So, as people who live on cruise ships, we don't like to just stay in the same destination or on the same ship. So we look for fun itineraries or different ships to take us to great places. That MSC cruise ended in Florida, which is a great place to find transatlantic cruises. So instead of flying to Europe, we're going to take a cruise there. 25 nights on the Island Princess, leaving Fort Lauderdale on October 6th, crossing the Atlantic, visiting Bermuda, the Azores, Spain, Italy, before arriving in Greece. Just look at this itinerary. There's a great balance of sea days and port days. I absolutely love repositioning cruises because the ship itself becomes part of the vacation. You're unpacking once, you're meeting people, and I know that from previous comments on other YouTube videos that a number of you are going to be on this cruise too. And I think that's really exciting. So please let me know in the comments if you're going to be on this cruise. I really want to make a point of meeting all of you in person. With 25 nights on the Island Princess, we will be settled into a routine, and somehow the Atlantic Ocean turns into your own backyard. So let's check out today's prices. And this is why I always tell people, just don't assume that flying is cheaper. Sometimes the cruise is the transportation. And in this case, it's also your hotel, it's your meals, your entertainment, and a few great countries thrown in for good measure. Not a bad way to cross the Atlantic. What's great about this website is that you can actually see what cabins are still available too. Let's go with this cabin price. Cruise number 3, Celestyal. All right, this is the one. When I found this itinerary, I showed Kirk, and his response, book it. That was the entire conversation. When we arrive in Athens, we will be picking up this next ship on the same day, October 31st. We'll be boarding Celestyal Journey for 14 nights. Every time I look at this cruise, I think the same thing. People spend this much staying at a hotel for a few nights. And of course, being in a hotel doesn't include your food or your transportation or your entertainment. This cruise is taking you through some of the most beautiful places in the world. If you've ever wanted to see Greece, well, this is a really incredible way to do it. Now, this cruise line isn't all that well known to North Americans, so I think it's really special. Now, let's see today's price. Okay, cruise number 4, MSC Orchestra. So, we're already in Greece, so why not keep going? Next up, we just booked the MSC Orchestra for 7 days on November 16th. It's a shorter Mediterranean sailing taking us through Turkey and Italy. And so this is what I call a bridge cruise. This job isn't just to be a vacation. It's connecting us perfectly to our next adventure. Now, sometimes the smartest cruise isn't the fanciest one. It's simply the one that gets you exactly where you need to be. So let's check out today's price. And finally, this brings us to one of our favorite cruise lines, Azamara. If you've watched this channel for a while, you already know how much we love this cruise line. Smaller ships, longer stays, amazing service, and so much of everything's already included. Your drinks, the gratuities, specialty coffees, longer times in port. This cruise takes us from Greece all the way back to Miami, another transatlantic, but it still has 10 ports that we will be visiting, so that we can take advantage of the Azamara evening. Let's look at this itinerary. Greece, Sicily, Malta, Spain, Morocco, and of course a ton of sea days that give us another chance to completely relax before ending almost exactly where we started. Let's check out today's price. Here we are, 5 cruise ships, 3 months. The Bahamas, Bermuda, the Azores, Spain, Italy, Turkey, the Greek islands, 2 Atlantic crossings. Honestly, when I compare that to hotels, restaurants, transportation, and flights, I still think cruising is one of the best travel values out there. Now, if you're wondering, okay, Tori, how did you actually find all of these? It's easier than you might think. Let me just show you. Go to vcarter.travelonly.com. I've also linked it in the video in the description below for you as well. So click book online and then scroll down to cruises. Now here's my biggest tip. Just don't over filter your search. Just enter the travel dates and let the system show you everything. You might discover a sailing that you never thought of looking for if you start to narrow things down too much. Once the results appear, you can compare cruise lines side by side. You can see cabin availability. You can check today's prices. And on many cruise lines, you can switch between Canadian funds and US dollars. And that's one of the reasons I love using this system. As a Canadian, it's nice to see the actual Canadian prices instead of doing an exchange rate gymnastics event with a calculator. And if you're trying to build your own ship hopping adventure like this, you can save the sailings, you can compare the options, and you can piece together an itinerary that really works. If you watched my last ship hopping video, that one was all about why we chose this itinerary. This video was all about how to find it and the prices. If you'd like to sail any of these cruises yourself, you can book them right on my website, or if you'd rather have another set of eyes on your itinerary, I'd be happy to put it together with you. Whether you're booking from Canada or the US, I can help you with both. So now I have a question for you. If you could just sail one of these 5 cruises, which one would it be? Would it be the Bahamas, one of the Transatlantics, the Greek islands, or Azamara back to Miami? Let me know in the comments because I read every single one. And if you've enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you haven't already done so, and come along with us because just in a few weeks, we'll be actually sailing this entire adventure together. So until next time, thank you so much for watching. My name is Tori from Kirktoristory, and we'll see you in the next video.